Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be diving in to see your August blessings as well as any energy, insights, and guidance to dive into for your month. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. Alright, so welcome back my beautiful kindred spirits and everyone who is joining me who is new to this channel, because we are going to be looking into your August blessings and we're going to be looking into also your lucky numbers as well as lucky letters for the month. So I'm really excited to dive in with you guys today. Feel free to really ground yourself, chill out with me. This is going to be an experience for me to use my intuition as well as you. So feel free to grab some water, a nice drink, get cozy with a lovely blanket, or get yourself in a nice, wonderful place that you feel really calm. And we'll go ahead and get started here today. But before we do, I do want to let you guys know that I do have my snail mail readings up for August. So if you're curious to get a snail mail reading, I only have a certain amount of slots available for the month. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to grab and snatch a slot up yourself, then feel free to get ahead of the game and let me know, because I do have those snail mail readings for love, career, to check into your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities even deeper, to speak your truth, to really look into self-empowerment if that's something that you're interested in, as well as the more cottagecore, vintage, snail mail, pen pal kind of feel, and the beautiful experience of tangibly opening a letter for you in the mail and seeing what beautiful messages are hidden there. Then feel free to check that out all down below for the snail mail readings that I provide, as well as a lot more information is on my Instagram, where I have all of the information there. You can DM me and talk about it, just get kind of a feel. And then I also have the honest reviews of people who have spoke their truth on how they felt the readings went for them. So you can check all of that out down below. And we're going to go ahead and start looking into these piles. But if you are new, feel free to subscribe and we'll go ahead and get started. So for the piles, I was feeling a very natural nature, simple theme. So I decided to go with these 3 different objects here today. For pile number 1, we have this river stone. It's quite heavy. It's quite hefty. It has a lighter side as well as a more dark side, and it's quite smooth because it is a river rock, but it has this really beautiful watery smell to it. So this is the pile number 1 element here. For pile number 2, we have this dried orange peel. It has this almost a stained glass feeling to it, and it has a curve, in case that matters, and a little seed. So that is pile number 2. And then for pile number 3 here, we have this dried driftwood piece that I found in a river not too far from here, that I always felt like it looked like an eye or an eagle, or it just has this really beautiful knot in it. So this is the driftwood for pile number 3. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together so you can really gather your intuition, gather your thoughts, really sit with the piles for a moment. Feel free to pause if you need to, but we're going to go ahead and take a cleansing deep breath together here now. So as always, there's no right or wrong way to choose your piles. You can choose 1 pile, 2 piles, all 3 piles. You can choose a pile, flip-flop, change your mind, do whatever you feel called to and your intuition really sparks for you. All of the timestamps will be down below if you are ready, as well as within the chapter marks, so that you can quickly and easily find your pile. But feel free to check out those snail mail readings on my Instagram. Feel free to subscribe if you are new, and we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello group 1, if you've decided to choose this river stone, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set your stone right here so you can see it during your reading here today, as we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using 2 different oracle decks here, as well as the Muse Tarot, and we're also going to be using letter tiles, and I'm also I was just excited and wanted to try something a little new for you guys this month. So we're also going to be pulling your lucky number or numbers for the month. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know if that's something you guys really like by liking this video or letting me know in the comments down below. But we're going to go ahead and get started on your pile here, group 1. So what do you have coming in for August? August blessings. The blessings coming in for August for you. I think it was this third one back. All right, so here we are with the Queen of Voices. I swear with this deck, she loves to come out, this Queen of Voices, and it's all about, like, I feel like, especially since we're in Leo season right now, a lot of you guys need that Queen of Voices to just speak your mind, speak your truth, speak your visions to the world more confidently, more boldly, and with more truth and honesty to them. So that's really exciting. See what else you have here. So we also have here the Knight of Voices. So again, more having to do with voices. This one's slightly different in its message, but I do really like that you're getting that. We're going to see what other blessings are coming in for you, group 1 here. Group 1, feel free to send your energy in through time and space here. I definitely do feel it, and it does make a difference. Thank you to those who do. Yeah, we're going to see what's coming in. Okay, so you also have the world cosmos. A lot of, like, circles and clouds and, like, dreamier landscapes, right? So there's a lot having to do with your truth and air energy. You're getting a strong amount of air in your pile here. So we have the world cosmos with 21, the Knight of Voices and the Queen of Voices. This is also known as the world card. But we're going to see what else is coming in here. So we're going to start here with the Celtic Lenormand deck. So group 1 here. What do you have coming in, group 1, for the month of August? What blessings are coming in to you? Messages that you need to hear at this time. Ooh. Okay, so we have the number 16 showing up as well as another 6 here. So we've got quite a lot of 6s. But this is the Star card, and it shows the distance and perspective of stars too, right? And how far and distant and how, almost how, broad the world is, how small you can feel, but almost in a good way is what I'm getting from this card. So we have 16 as well as the 6 of Cups or the 6 of Hearts, so it could be more of a nostalgic message as well for some of you. But let's see what else is coming in. So we're going to see here with the Secret Garden deck, group 1. What does group 1 need to know for blessings for the month of August? All right, share your voice, share your vision, share your time. So we have share here. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. So this is also like a message of sharing your time within the different things that you are pursuing, right? So you're making sure that you're not focusing too hard on just one thing and like really double downing on it. So let's see your final message here with the these watercolor affirmations. And some of you guys have been asking me if I did have a video on these, and I do. So you can check that out on how you can make these yourself. But we are going to go ahead and pull one of these for you today, as well as use the charms later on and the lucky number and letters for the month. So stay tuned for those later on after the card reading. So here we are, group 1. What do you have? Ooh, that one just flew right out. So we have here, it takes a village, which kind of corresponds again with that share card, right? It takes a village, it takes time, you have to, work and collaborate with other people, definitely collaboration, and then life keeps on turning. Life is going to continue to turn. We can't stop time or make it stop for us or have such tunnel vision that we don't realize time is still turning. And so that's really interesting that you got life keeps turning, especially with that focus that I was getting from this card. But let's go ahead and start diving into your blessings for the month of August, group 1. So like I said, I feel like the most important message that you have coming in so strongly is air energy. Use your voice, speak your truth, tell your actual visions, and make it known to the world, right? I feel like you're collaborating with other people, you're sharing your voice, you're sharing the world, you're sharing your inner world, right? Like we see with this world cosmos, you can see that it has like the actual physical earth, but, and you know, what that means to us and where it all comes from. But then you see it like that's like their head, their brain, their mental space. And it's how you're going to carry that into the world, how you're going to show that to the world, how you can bring your inner and outer world together, right? And make them one. And a lot of that comes down to sharing your voice, putting down your boundaries, as well as another message that comes in with the Queen of Voices. She is very much about boundaries, telling her truth, being honest with the world. And in doing so, that makes it so that people can trust her, people can know that she means business. But at the same time, this is also a card of just like knowing your worth, knowing that you can say no to things, that you can say yes to things, that those are very valuable words to be using, and ones that can be used more often if you feel like you've been saying maybe, or it's okay, or I'm sorry, or, you know, you're kind of like pushing around the subject and not really getting to the heart of the fact that you really wanted to say no, or you really wanted to say yes to going out to that party, or going out to this thing, or taking up that project, or just telling off a friend or something like that. I just feel like a lot of it is about just being honest with the world, being real with the world, and being real with yourself, right? So we also have the Knight of Voices. The Knight of Voices, like I said, it's got so much air energy. Again, air has to talk about your voice, speaking your truth, that throat energy. But I also really like that this is like coming like the sunshine within the clouds too, which really gave me more of that life keeps on turning. So if you guys have been going through kind of a more difficult, rough patch lately, if things just feel like it's not turning, or you're not getting your projects done fast enough, or things just feel like it's really been slowing down, the Knight of Voices is like a very, very quick, fast energy. This is fast energy. So things are going to start turning up. Things are going to start heading in the direction. Things are going to, like, if you had like a dial at normal, like it's going to like turn up. So this could be for some of you, meaning that things are going to get maybe a little bit more busy, but I feel like it's going to be a good busy. I think it's going to be a busy that you kind of needed to get yourself out of a rut, or to get yourself out of like this like pit that you kind of have been in for a little while. The other messages that we had coming in was it takes a village as well as share. So again, sharing your voice, sharing your vision with other people, like I mentioned with the world cosmos. But also it's kind of like, I feel like if you had a focus on something, if you've had your mind set on something, if you had like these wonderful hopes for the future, that you're trying to connect the dots, that you're trying to put things into a perspective that makes sense for you, and you want to share all of that, you're finally going to maybe be collaborating with other people, collaborating and getting their help. Maybe a person who has sort of this Queen of Voices energy that also wants to speak their truth, that also wants to be there to help you and kind of uplift you. The world cosmos also gives me more of that energy of not only you uplifting yourself, but also like your spiritual team or cosmic team working together with you. So that may resonate for some of you. But I do think that you don't have to do everything on your own is what I'm getting most from this card, and they're going to be your biggest blessing this month. Other people who are in your village, who really care about you, are part of your like, you know, your family, your team, your chosen family. They are there to truly help you within your getting out of this rut, within trying to voice yourself. And I think they want to work with you, right? They see your focus, they see your target, they hear you because you're speaking so honestly, and so directly as well, right? You're being very direct with them. So I'm really excited about your month here, group one. We're going to go ahead and start looking into your lucky numbers and letters for the month and see what comes in there for names, dates, places, all of that, and see what comes in for those blessings. And then we'll also move on to the charms. So let's go ahead and do the letters first, and then I will pull out your number. So let's start here. Group 1. Okay. So these are your letters. We have Q, G, I, E, E, A, and R. So a lot of vowels. We have the vowels of I, A, E, E, And then we have QGR. I kind of see degree. I also saw dig for a moment when I first pulled them out. Digging deeper. Maybe degree has something to do with voicing your ideas on like a degree that you may be taking up. But I'm also thinking that it's giving me like the vibe of also like greed, right? So it also is making sure people aren't being greedy with your time or taking over too much there. But I'm going to go ahead and pull your number as well here, and we'll see what lucky number you have coming in for the month. Always let me know what you guys see in these charms. Definitely take time to play around with them, because I think that this is always a collaboration between you and I and spirit, just to see what comes in. So definitely trust your own intuition. It's just as valuable. Let's see your lucky numbers for the month, group 1. Okay, so we have here 2 and 13. So this could be 2013, 2013. This could also be the number 13 as well as 2. Collaboration comes in with the number 2. 13 can sometimes be a lucky or unlucky number depending on how you see it. So definitely see how it resonates for you, see what that means to you and how that comes in. But in this case, because I asked for lucky numbers, 13 feels more like a lucky number in your case and can talk about transformation. So let's go ahead and move on to your charms for the month, group 1. We just had like 3 charms just fly across the room. So I'm going to pick those up and put them in the center because I feel like they really wanted to be known. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay. Ooh, we got more numbers. That's always fun. I definitely have numbers in my charms as well, so they may resonate on a different level once put around the other charms. But we do have the number 8 as well as the number 10 showing up here. So we have 8 and 10. 10 flew like all the way over here, so it feels like closer to that number 2. Maybe more of that 2013 again. We have 1776 showing up here in this coin. It talks about things that happened very far in the past. Let's see what else is here. We also have a couple of charms here. So we have the number X showing up here at the very, very center. So this can represent another letter to be adding to your letters to play around with. Possibly your name is like Xavier or something really awesome and cool with the letter X. But the other thing with X can sometimes talk about, especially since you have this history charm as well, talk about something that happened very deep in the past, something with an ex that happened with, and that could be an ex-best friend, that could be a ex-relative, that could be someone more distant from you, but you can see how it resonates, especially with the people that you've been interacting with. But we do have an ex showing up here, and then a like the screw shows up, so again feeling like they kind of maybe screwed you over. It feels kind of like some sticky energy that's been kind of stagnant for a while. Possibly part of that rut, right? Time keeps on turning. The world card, people within your world coming and meeting your inner world again, right? Those two things bridging. But what I think is interesting for some of you, it may be that you see them or talk to them while traveling, because we do have the Canadian coin here. So this is about, it does have the maple leaf, which can talk about, you know, what leaves mean, you know, leaving something behind you. But we do have it like where you guys are almost like colliding again while you're traveling, while you're out and about, while you're out in the grocery store, right? It doesn't have to be like a huge travel, like you travel to Hawaii or something, but like it's where I feel like you're going to see them again, or it's going to happen in a place that you, even on a digital level, maybe it's an app you haven't used before, you're like traveling into that for the first time and you see them again. And I just think that some feelings or some emotions tied to them may come back up, and there is something about the full moon which talks about feeling more emotional about it. So I feel like you're going to be processing some emotions about a past experience with someone that maybe was sticky, that just was been staying in your field for a while because you haven't processed the emotions. And we sometimes take emotions and we think of them as, you got to stuff them down. You don't need to look at them. And in some cases, we need that to cope. But in this case, I think that you're getting the security charm. You're getting other charms that are like even numbers that are really working in your favor, which is showing to me that you're going to be healing through this experience versus it being something that's going to continue to screw you over. You know what I mean? I feel like gears are going to start turning. Life's going to keep turning. It feels like it's not going to stay stuck or stagnant because you're putting your emotions in motion. So you're actually feeling them. You're dancing through them. You're writing poetry about them. You're using some way to heal through this experience, possibly in a more creative fashion, or maybe just in general, because we had all of that air energy, that you're really expressing it. Maybe you write a letter to them and never send it. Maybe you express that in a journal, you write it down, you talk out loud to yourself and process the emotions, because I do think that is going to be a blessing for you so that you can move forward, so that you can communicate with other people and start actually working with the people that are still there for you, that actually still are a part of your life. And I think that's really beautiful. Some of the other messages, though, that you have, we do have the bells. So this can talk about weddings. Maybe you're going to a wedding. But I also think with this one, it can talk about just in general bells chiming. Something like, it almost reminds me of the Judgment card where you're finally being called towards something. And I think that calling has a lot to do with that star card of hope for the future, of hope for a new beginning, of really looking and putting yourself out there and being like, this is what I'm after. And I don't care if it's going to take me years and years and years to get there, right? I'm still going to look for it. I'm still going to, this isn't just a fantasy. This is something I really want and I want to really head for. And I think that you're voicing that to the world, and I think that's really beautiful. The other charms we have the 8, and more of that even energy where things are evening back out. You're evening back out the score. Then we have the loyalty charm right next to the fake coin. So again, this can talk about the ex where you were very loyal to someone who is very fake to you. But it also can talk about just in general, because maybe you've just been sticking by a boss or a company or an idea in your life that you've now realized was really just kind of fake, that really wasn't your true authentic self, wasn't what you actually wanted to voice. And this is you turning that around to because you're being called to it, to voice your actual boundaries, what you actually want out of a situation, what you actually want in your job and your career, because you've been loyal to kind of like the wrong thing. And you're ready to get those gears turning towards something better for you and this future that you have coming towards you. So, wow, I'm so excited for you guys. You have so much healing, but I feel like it's not like deep healing where you feel really like rutted down by it. Because sometimes healing, as beautiful as it is, sometimes, you have to go to some really deep places. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. And I don't think that those are things that you're not still going to be needing for this month. But I do think that it's going to benefit you the most, and you're going to get the most blessings and the most out of your month by just literally speaking it out, writing it out, telling your story, telling that story even back to yourself. Maybe you've been listening again, like loyal to truths that once you process them, you realize, wait a minute, why am I still going after this thing that is not authentic to me anymore, that doesn't actually resonate with me anymore? And it's really easy for those things to fall under the rug, especially when still combined with things from the past. So I think that you're finally getting unstuck from that. You're really processing it. You have to put the work in, but I do think that it's going to be such a blessing for you. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading and the blessings that you have coming in for August. We're heading towards the beautiful months of fall, for where I am at least, and I'm really excited for them. So I hope you guys are too. Do let me know if you enjoyed this reading by giving this video a like, and also commenting down below how this reading really impacted you, if there were certain numbers or letters that really struck your fancy. I am very curious. I'm such a curious person, so definitely let me know in the comments down below. and I hope you guys are doing well. And if you want to support this channel even further, feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I do that have wonderful handmade magical elements to them, and they are also just really special and getting away from such a digital world and being able to open something tangibly, and it's a really beautiful experience for a reading, and I truly hope you check them out and see what it's all about. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first readings here with me, I truly do hope you enjoyed it. You can check out the other readings that I have on my channel because I have a lot of different ones on weekly messages, monthly messages like this one, as well as timeless readings on what makes you most attractive, what your dreams are about, your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities, and so much more. So definitely have a little look-see if you're new and curious or just want to join this community of kindred spirits. I'd love to have you here. And yeah, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoy your month of August. I hope it's a really wonderful one full of healing, growth, and excitement for the future. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 2, if you've decided to choose this orange slice that's been dried, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set that down right here for you so you can see it during your reading. As today we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Muse Tarot, the Celtic Lenormand deck, and the Sea Melodies deck. And we're going to use the trusty letter tiles to look into different letters as well for the month and different words that show up. And I thought we'd try something a little new, and I'm going to bring back these numbers from last week, and instead of using it for timing, although you still could, we're going to be using it to look for your lucky numbers for the month, or angel numbers or other numbers that may come up for you. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. If you're excited for what we have coming up here, then feel free to give this video a like. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling. So Group 2, feel free to send your energy through time and space here with me today, and we're going to start looking into your blessings for the month of August. So what do you have coming in for August? A very sunny, sunshiny month. So we have 2 different cards showing up here. We have the 5 of Inspiration, and then we also have here the 9 of Emotions. So there is some confident energy. But the 5 of Inspiration also gives us this idea of a change in perspective, as well as sometimes it can talk about conflict. So we're going to look into like that conflict of interest and see what comes in there. But let's see other blessings coming in, life lessons, insights, and guidance for the month ahead of August, Group 2. We also have here the Devil. So the Devil has the number 15 showing up here. So we have 15, 5, and 9. So the 9 talks about confidence, but having 2 different 5s does talk about like conflict or a change of transformative moment. So I do see that even though there may be a shift in a conflict, I think it's actually going to turn in your favor because of like the way that I'm seeing this Devil card. It's definitely feeling like you're not feeling stuck in it. You're not going to stay stuck in it. So let's see what else is coming in here to get more information on what this is all about for your month. Also with the 9 of Emotions, it talks about a wish being granted. So if you guys have been doing a lot of wish crafting, wish making, maybe your birthday just happened and you're curious about that wish that may be coming true, I do have a video on wishes that I just put out, but the 9 of Emotions does talk about a wish coming true. Ooh, more 5. So we have 15 showing up here again with 15. We also have the 10 of Clubs with the Bear card. So this is also the 10 of Wands, but there we are with the bear. The bear can be very determined, very, like I said, this doesn't feel like it's energy you're going to be stuck in. It's just more energy I think you're really you're like giving back to yourself, right? I feel like you're transforming because you want to versus feeling like the world is making you transform. Does that make sense? Like you're going to go after it on your own. You're going to make this transformation happen on your own, even if you didn't think that you could do it. I just think you can. So let's see what else there is coming in here for your month, Group 2. Group 2. What do you have coming in, Group 2? potential. Again, there's potential in this month. The littlest key can open the heaviest door. I love the way that is mentioned here with the key, right? The littlest key can open the biggest lock, the biggest door, the things that feel the heaviest, that feel so deep, like this devil energy. I really think that if you put that hard, I don't know why my words don't want to work with your guys' pile, but if you put that like hard hat on, if you really like get into it, I think that you can really reach any potential, any height that you want for this month. And that's really beautiful. This determined energy that you have is such a big drive. Like, it's inspiring me right now to like just do all the things, get everything done, because you really do have that go-getter energy. Really exciting to see. Let's see what else is coming in with your affirmation for the month. But do stay tuned for the letters and the charms and also your numbers and see what comes in there as well. So group 2. All right. So we have 2 of them here. So we have pause in the stillness as well as mindset is key. So again, you have another key showing up here, another voice of potential, another thing that your mindset is really what's going to be your biggest blessing for the month. The mindset and the drive and determination that you have to just pull yourself out of any rut that you're going through, to pull yourself out and transform into what you want. And I just think that there's such an opportunity for you this month to do that if you decide for it, right? And with the pause in the stillness, that's giving me more of the energy that even though you're super determined, there are times that you can take off because you're working towards it, right? You're doing what you need to do to get there, and you are allowed time off. You are allowed other types of coping mechanisms that aren't this devil. And I think we're going to go ahead and start diving into that right now. So your blessings for the month of August, group 2, is your drive, which I've already mentioned many times, so I won't go into it too much, but your drive, your determination, your passion for your projects, and the confidence that you're going to gain from these transformations is really exciting. With the devil can talk about things, the coping mechanisms that we've had for a while, things that worked for us at one point, but don't work for us anymore. Something that we held on to for a while, and now it's just not really working for us. And there are things that you're going to know right away what these things are. These coping mechanisms, people sometimes will say bad habits, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they were bad always, but that they just have become a crutch for you or become something that just doesn't really work for you anymore and is actually kind of holding back your potential, making that door heavier to open, making it harder for you to move throughout your day. So how can you lighten these things up? First off, definitely do not go cold turkey with anything. Take your time to allow new coping mechanisms that are healthier for you, new habits to spark and anew for you. And I think a lot of that's going to come from that 5 of inspiration. You have to kind of look into yourself, right? We have all these different mirrors. Look from new perspectives. So say like your habit was that you're on your phone every single night and you want to switch that towards something that is healthier for you or what you deem healthier for yourself, right? Something that maybe isn't perfectly healthy, but it's better than where you were before. So instead of going cold turkey and just like getting off your phone that hour and having nothing to do and then feeling that lack of what you want, and it's not very satisfying, you don't feel as fulfilled by not having that habit anymore. Instead, fill it with something that would be more productive for you, that would be better for you, and would give you that same emotional fulfilling response so that your brain, like chemically, will still feel very fulfilled. So for me, like if I went through a stage where I was on my phone every single night, and now before I go to bed, I will read for an hour instead, or I'll listen to some ASMR. So it may still be on my phone, but that way I'm doing something that feels more productive for me for what I want and the intentions that I have for that night. So these could be things that are big, these could be things that are small, but you're really taking that time to look into them, to really see them from new perspectives and where you can start changing one habit and replacing it with another so that you can keep gaining confidence in yourself, that you don't feel as stuck in that energy, that you feel like you can really breathe and really understand yourself better. So that's an awesome blessing to have coming in. With that determined energy, like I said, if you have had wish fulfillment, right, we have this little lamp at the bottom for wishes. So if you have any wishes that have been coming in, they are being granted this month, or they are being looked into this month, or worked on this month, which is really exciting. The other thing too we have here is it's just feeling very fulfilled, right? So that's why I think I wanted to state with the habits and with the different coping mechanisms that you're going through, that you have to make sure that it's still filling your cup back up. You can't leave your cup empty by leaving them behind. So how do you continue to fill that cup and maybe even fill it higher than you had before, because it's something that actually benefits you in a way that you want to and have intended. So that's really exciting that you have that coming in, that you are creating these new spaces for yourself and shifting that from something that was a place of conflict into something that can be much more fulfilling for you. Other messages that are coming in, we do have with the bear, it does talk about more of that transformational energy with the 15 that showed up, but it also talks about, it always gives me like that mama bear feeling of like you are determined, you can do anything, because moms will just make things happen, right? But it also talks about the resources that you can find with the skills that you have. So we have like them finding resources in this river, finding their own food, being capable of themselves, and some independence as well. So I think that you're going to be finding your own independence as well through this transformation, and also how to cross those rivers, how to, open those doors with your mind versus with your emotions. The last little thing that I'm going to say here is we do have with that pause and the stillness and the 9 of emotions, there is like this meditation energy too. So you may be getting insights through meditation for this 5 of inspiration, of looking into your past, looking into your future, where you want to go. So there is something about pausing in the stillness, and also with water. So maybe meditation in the bath or meditation in the shower could be really helpful for you to get those insights, those shower thoughts. And maybe that's where you're going to get some like new potential and new opportunities to really arise for you that you hadn't thought before, because you got a new perspective on them. But with all of that said, group 2, I'm going to go ahead and move on to your lucky numbers and lucky letters for the month and see what comes in for you. Really excited about your guys' pile, because it could be with the devil energy. We could stay in those chains. We could try not to transform. But I do think you just have so much strength in you. You have so much potential and so much opportunity for new growth and for changing these cycles that you've been going through. And I just think that's really beautiful. So group 2 here. Okay, so some of the first ones that we had show up here is we have W, E, and O. So WEO. Then we also have H, S, maybe high school. We have R, E, B, F, and F. So we have 2 different Fs showing up here. A few different vowels of E, O, and E. And then, like I said, I had sort of high school showing up here. We also have RB. But some of the words that I'm seeing here is free. So again, creating freedom for yourself to feel more confident in what you're doing, where you're going. We kind of have boyfriend showing up here, or best friend. We also have sew, and which could be more of creativity or sewing or putting 2 things back together, mending something, mending even your woes. But those are just some of the ones that I'm seeing here. I'm going to go ahead and set them up here real quick. But we're going to go into your numbers. As always, let me know what you see within these. And this is always a collaboration between you and me, your own intuition and spirit, to see what comes in for you. So definitely take the time to see what these letters say for you, and always trust your intuition as well. It's just as powerful, it's just as beautiful, and it's just as valid to see what comes in. So let's see what's coming in for your lucky numbers. Like I said, this could be timing, these could be different dates, but we're going to see these lucky numbers for the month. Group 2. Okay, let's see what they are. So we have both 11 and, wow, you have 111, 11. This makes me think of 1111. Again, more wish making. So yeah, here they are. We have them in both orange and blue here. We have like 1111, 111, really focusing on yourself as well, your number one, what your needs are. So that's really beautiful that you have both 1 and 11 showing up for your lucky numbers of the month. super cool. Let me know, as always, in the comments how these resonate for you, but also if you really like this new format with having the lucky numbers for the month, because I think it's really fun. But let's see what's coming in with your charms. Okay. So it's really interesting right off the bat. One of my friends in the amino group that I'm in, she talks about cowrie shells and how she casts them to do yes or no's, and this would be a yes in mine, and this would be a no. So if you were looking for a yes or a no on something, you're definitely getting the yes to go for it, or yes, that is happening, something along those lines. Let's see what else you have here. So we have movement, determination, going for your goals. This is forward movement. If you guys have ever played chess, they just like move forward or backward, but in this case, this one's all about forward movement, really pushing towards your goals, and not backing down too. We also have more of that determination energy with the nut. I always like this one because it's just really like heavy, but like almost like your like fortitude heavy. We have goals showing up here. So we have a goal with the little soccer ball. So this can talk about athletics, really going towards your goals within an athletic sport or something like that, but it does talk about your goals, your plans for the future, and making plans for the future. So definitely make sure that you are maybe putting in more of that Virgo energy that we're going to be heading into by next month, and really like a write down plan. I think that that's something that's going to be a blessing for you this month if you make sure to actually write things down, if you really plan things out within your goals versus just having them all in your head. We do have the sharp charms. This talks about something that happens very quickly, very fast, and it also is energy of like a spike, right? Like someone's like poking you. So this, I think, is more of that devil energy of feeling like someone's clawing at you, poking at you, getting in your way. And it's just, this is you clearing some of that energy. More determined energy with the key. Again, another key showing up. There's so many keys. Keys talk about potential. Keys talk about unlocking things, and also the potential and opportunities that come from unlocking something. But what I like about this one, it gives me like Queen of Wands energy, where it's again more determination, but it also has this little crown which talks about that you're being loyal to yourself by making these moves, by doing these things. They are for your highest and greatest good, right? You're doing it because you're loyal to yourself, you're loyal to what you want, you're loyal to where you're going, and you're not letting anyone else stop you. So this is your key to like whatever you feel it's so called for. Man, you guys have so much like unlocking energy, mindset energy. Like I just don't think anything's in your actual path, because I just think you're just gonna plow through it. You're gonna make it happen. You're gonna unlock it anyway, which is really beautiful. Some of the other things that we have here, we have the charming charm here. This talks about Libra energy, so it may be something to do with the Libra and them opening up to you, because we do have the open up charm here. So I think that someone may be opening up to you, being very forward with you, or letting you know something that is having to do with charming energy. And it may be something more romantic, because we do have the heart, and then we also have the fantasy, so maybe something that you felt like would never happen, they would never tell you this or whatever. But it is also the kindred spirit charm. So this, even though it is a heart, it is from a kindred spirit of mine, one of my best friends. So it is from a kindred spirit. It is about people who really understand you, and on a very deep and personal level. So we have that with the kindred spirits and the charming charm. So like I said, someone could be opening up to you that is a Libra in their sun, moon, or rising, about their fantasies, about what they want to head towards, about their love for you, or just about your guys' relationship and opening up about that. So that's really beautiful to see as well. But with all of that said, that's basically all that I have for your guys' reading here today. It felt very quick, very just what it is, right? And I hope you guys found it useful, interesting, powerful, empowering for your month, because that's what I'm really getting for you guys, is so much energy of just, you guys got this. You really got this. So many yeses, so much potential, so much growth and transformation. Super excited for you guys, and I hope you found this useful. Oh, I just realized I never zoomed in for you guys, so here's a quick little zoom in shot in case you weren't able to see them earlier, but feel free to use this time as well to check out the different letters, write them down, play around with them, see what comes up for you, and let me know in the comments down below. Also, please be sure to give this video a like if you really did like it, and also to let me know how it went. And with all of that said, if you want to support this channel even further, feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I do. I'll have all the information down below, and I have a lot more information on my Instagram if that's something that interests you. And yeah, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Feel free to subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. So many blessings of love, luck, transformation, and healing for you for the month of August, and bye. Hello group 3, if you've decided to choose this little wood knot, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set that down right here for you so you can see it during your reading. As today we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Muse Tarot deck, the Celtic Lenormand deck, and the Secret Garden deck. And we're also going to be using these letter tiles, and I've decided to throw in something a little extra this month, and let me know by liking this video or letting me know in a comment down below if this is something you want me to do more often, because I'm going to look into your lucky numbers for the month. This could be dates as well as different angel numbers, so we're going to look into those. And yeah, so I'm really excited. Let me know what you think of the new different methods that I've been trying out lately. I'm always curious, but we're going to start looking into your pile here, group 3. So what do you have coming in for blessings for the month of August, as well as any other energy or insights that we should be looking into? Definitely send your energy through time and space here, and we'll start really diving in together. So group 3 here. Group 3. So we have here the Queen of Materials. She's a very practical person. They are very determined, but they are also very nurturing and loving as well. They can make anything grow, right? They've got that green thumb energy. So let's see what else is coming in. Group 3. Group 3, group 3. Let's see, group 3. So we also have here the 6 of Voices. This one's about traveling and pushing yourself beyond your limits of where you were before, moving on from a situation as well. Guidance too. So let's see, group 3, what else do you have coming in energy, insights, and also the blessings for the month of August. So we have here the 8 of Inspiration as well. This is very quick, fast energy. It also kind of has like that solar eclipse energy that I see here, or a lunar eclipse rather. So that's really beautiful, depending on how you see that. Lots of circles, right? We have this circle, we have these little circles, the circle in their hair, like hairband thing. So there is something about circles and lines and how those are lining up on an intuitive level. Let's see what else there is. Ooh, that happens so quick. So we have the Celtic cross. So this can talk about religion. This can talk about belief, spirituality, also just in general, like those more ethereal types of subjects. We have the number 36 as well as the 6 of clubs, or the 6 of wands in this case. So there we are with the cross. Very interesting energy. Your guys' is not immediately like calling out to one like huge message, but we'll see if they all come together with this final message here before we go into your affirmation for the month. So group 3, feel free to send your energy in on through. Group 3. So this one just fell as I was trying to put all of the cards back together to start shuffling again. So we have Dare, take a risk and fly. What a beautiful energy. Dare energy to it almost feels like the rebellion energy, right? To rebel, to go against what you've always known, what you've been nurtured in, right? So that's what I'm seeing. That's really interesting. I feel like it's really lining up now. So let's see what else you get with your affirmation, but do stay tuned for the charms, the letters, and your lucky numbers for the month. So group 3. Ooh, that's pretty. So we have here progress, not perfection. I don't get this one very often. I think it's because it's so small. But here it is, progress, not perfection. This is words. I feel like I'm very tongue twisty today. So do forgive me for that, but we do have progress, not perfection. So this is, again, more of that energy of what I literally just said, of just that you are like pushing through something. I feel like you are, maybe it's not going to be the perfect thing, but you're trying to advocate, you're trying to change things, you're trying to shift your perspective, maybe on a spiritual level. I feel like you're going to have like a big awakening moment this August, and I think that that's going to be really transformational for you on a like deeper level than first thought with these tarot cards. So I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and start diving into your August blessings, group 3. So we have fast energy, we have energy of moving on, nurturing energy. So that is where I'm immediately getting this rebellion. I feel like you are taking the rebel in stride, right? You're really owning it, because we have all this energy of moving on, moving past it fast. We're done with that. So we have these 3 cards, which is really giving me the sense of that feeling of moving on, right? You're moving through this past. So this could be your mother, because we do have that Queen of Materials. A queen can represent motherly energy, but it doesn't have to be specifically a mother. This can just be a guardian or someone that you really have always kind of trusted their judgment. You've really understood them really well. You've been nurtured by them. You've been really, they've been your mentor, your teacher, your someone you really count as a friend. And it's not that they never had your best interest at heart, but I do think you're moving on from their morals, their ideas, their judgments, their what they've nurtured you in, right? And I think you're moving on from that energy. You're over it. You're done with it. There's certain energy that they just are giving off that, not that all of it, but just certain views and morals that you just don't align with anymore, and how you're going to be transforming through those, and how that's actually going to be such a blessing for you, because you're not having to hold on to someone else's truth, right? You're going to be learning your own truth. You're going to risk it. You're going to fly for it. And maybe it's not perfect at first. Maybe you don't communicate it perfectly. Maybe you don't know all the facts. Maybe you're still learning and growing, but that's okay. You don't have to be a perfect advocate or a perfect anti anything, because it's, a process. It takes time. It takes learning. It takes growth to go through all of these things. And we had that cross. So this does give me the idea that it has something to do with spirituality, something bigger than yourself, something that may be more religious, or something having to do with those morals, those core values that are being challenged, and you are challenging this month. Super, super cool. Although sometimes a little scary, right? Even though we want to dare things, even though we want to rebel against things, doesn't mean we don't still have the comfort that comes from staying where we were previously, by staying with what worked, with how things maybe seemed perfect until the glass shatters, right? And you see the real reality of the situation in the way that is more authentic to you and your truth. The other things that we have here is with that 8 of Inspiration. The 8 of Inspiration talks about that determined energy, but it also is something fast, something quick, and something that you may just be more busy this month. You may just have more energy to just get things done, to just like roller skate through stuff. You've really got like a lot, like you almost have clones of you working and really working towards it. You've got all the arms to make things happen, because you have really quick, fast energy working in your favor. The other things that we have here too is with these 6 of Voices. I do think because you have like this this idea of moving past, right? They even look very similar, right? These two ladies here, or these 2 figures. I do see that they are almost assisting you in this, right? I feel like there could be some spikes coming up, I don't like that you're going in this direction. There may be some conflict. There may be some conflict of interest or of morals and values here, but I do think that there is either someone in your life that is very nurturing, that wants to help you on this path, but I do think they're like reaching out their hand, allowing you to explore this regardless of if it's something that aligns with them. And I think that that's going to give you the strength to be able to explore this even further. And if it isn't this queen themselves, then it is someone else who wants to nurture you to move through this, or spirit guides and spiritual teams that you have. What's also really cool is, right, like you're building a bridge to get across this too. And it's not that you're not acknowledging that there are spikes along the way, that there is not that perfection, right? But that you're going to go anyway, that you're going to just make it happen anyway, because you're coming to a place that is better for you, that makes more sense for you, and that aligns more with you. And I think that's so beautiful for your growth this month. So definitely dare, risk, fly, try something new, see what that aligns with you, and explore it, because I think that exploration is going to be your biggest blessing for this month. So let's go ahead and move on to your letter tiles, see what comes in there for you, group 3 here. I almost said 1. Group 3. So we're going to look into your letter tiles, and then we'll look into your lucky numbers for the month. So group 3. Alright, none of them were immediately face up, and I gave you guys quite a small amount, but we do have A, T, E, so 8, something about food possibly, as well as V and M. I also am seeing mate, like your friend, like a mate. And then I also think with 8, it makes me think like you've been eating something up forever, right? Like you've been force-fed or fed something all your life that just isn't, you don't really have the taste for it, right? But you're only just now learning that, or allowing yourself to push past it. So that's really interesting. Maybe is something about like food for animal activism or something like that. We also have, let's see, tame, right? Like someone's trying to tame a lion, especially since we're in Leo season. It's like someone's trying to keep you in your box. So that's something to keep in mind, especially since I said for some of you, I feel like someone wants to help you, and you're going to know that they're still going to love and accept you even though you're going a different way. But I do think that some of them may be wanting to keep you in your box. So definitely tell them off, go and dare and fly anyway, because it's your life, it's your morals, it's your thoughts and opinions at the end of the day that are going to be your truth, and you have to speak your truth, even if it isn't always the most tame thing to do. So that's what I'm seeing there for your letters. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what comes up for you. And do always remember, this is a collaboration between your intuition, mine, and spirit. So you can definitely take these messages and play with them. Your intuition is just as valid as whatever I say here. So see what comes up for you. So we're going to look into any timing that comes in here with the numbers as well as the lucky numbers for the month. So group 3. Okay, so we have 2 of them here. The numbers are 2 and 3. So this could be 23. This could be that you are 23. This could be 2030. But we do have 2 and 3 here, 1 in the color blue as well as the 3 in the color orange. So see how that resonates for you. Could be 32 as well. I think that 23 and 32 showed up honestly in a reading very recently. So if that was you more recently, then definitely let me know in the comments down below, because I think that this number has been coming up a lot for some of you, and I'd be interested to see what insights have come in from that. We have 3 and 2. So let's go ahead and move on to your charms. Okay. Lots of charms here today. Let's see how they line up for you. We have the letter K showing up, so that's another letter you could add to your TAVME. We have the letter K. We have a few different ones that fell upside down or just don't feel as relevant. We also have the letter F showing up, so that's another letter you can add to it. So we have TAVMEKF. Let's see what else there is here. I'm just going to clean up the board so it makes a little bit more sense. We do have the letter 6 showing up, so we have 2, 6, and 3 now. But the 6 feels more relevant to the center of your month, having to do with this Dancer here. So, okay, let's go ahead and zoom you in so you can see more clearly what we have here on the board. So here at the center focus of the month, the most important blessings that are coming in, we have harmony, things coming back into harmony, things coming back into balance. So that's really beautiful, that temperance energy. We also have the Dancer. So this is about dancing with something, right? This is explorative. This is like that kind of dancing you do in your room that's just like very authentic, very you, just voicing yourself through expression. So how are you going to express yourself in this new voice that you have and these new opinions, morals, and things that you're growing into? How are you going to express them to the world? And most importantly, express them to yourself first and foremost. So maybe that's through dancing, maybe that's through writing or journaling or blogging or something like that. I just think that you need to voice it out. This Leo season is all about voicing your opinion, voicing your truth. So I definitely see that coming in for you through self-expression and that bringing a lot of harmony to your life that you didn't have previously. Ooh, so interesting. I just noticed you have both the key and the lock. So whenever you get a key and a lock, that represents something, an opportunity, opening what I'm getting is like a revelation, an epiphany moment for you guys, right? So this is like an epiphany. You're finally unlocking the door. The glass has shattered. The bubble has popped. So you're seeing things truly as they are and for their true unique self, like their very authentic self. So whatever this was that was locked up before, what was next to it was both F and K, and then we have some more spiritual messages as well. So these are things that may have to do with what was locked. So first off, we have possibly something having to do with your sexuality or something of that sort, because we do have the unicorn here, which can talk about your orientation and everything. But this can also be just that you're advocating for those who are queer, or you're looking into what that's all about, unlocking something there, a unique community. We also have other things that could be unlocking is your spiritual side. So we have both the peace sign. So this talks about wanting to make peace for, or trying to create more peace for the world, and something having to do with spirituality, because we have the magician's hat. So this could be that you maybe are taking up magic, a more spiritual practice, but it also could just be that whatever you're doing in your religious practice, your spiritual practice, or even if it is something more scientific or more grounded in nature, I feel like you're using these morals, these new values, these new spiritual paths to be something to create peace for the world, to create peace for yourself, to create harmony, versus creating more conflict, which I think is really, really beautiful as well. Some of the last little odds and end charms that we have here, we have temporary energy coming in with the paperclip. This talks about also holding things together, feeling held together, feeling held by other people as well. And then I also have the closure charm. This talks about closing something off. So I think that the energy of feeling closed off or feeling like you can't express yourself is going to be a temporary energy that you're unlocking, right, that you're heading towards. Oh my goodness, you had 2 keys. How did I not notice that? You have 2 keys. That's so crazy. Okay, so you have 2 different keys, and I think it's important to mention both of them because they have 2 different messages. So this key is the key to yourself, to your inner thoughts, your very inner world. And this is the key to your voice. It talks about the key. I just feel like it has like a more air element vibe to it. So again, you're unlocking your voice and your inner world. Definitely has a correlation to group 1. If that's something that you felt like you couldn't choose between group 1 and group 3, then feel free to check out group 1 as well. There may be a message for you, but with this, it's so cool that it's showing up because it is the key to your voice. It is the key to the air element to speak your truth. So that's so cool that you have that showing up from both sides. What I think is interesting too, though, that it is pointing out with the sexuality next to it, is we do have the fall in love charm. So this could be that you are falling in love with a new community, falling in love with a new perspective, or that you are just really speaking your truth on your love for this community. which is really interesting too, that shows up here. You can't really read it anymore. It used to say fall in love, but that you're feeling very close to it as well, with it being a clothespin. So yeah, I think that's all we have here. Definitely take time, as always, to really pause right now, see what charms really hit you. If something hits home, definitely play around with the placement of them, the groupings of them, what that means to you. I'm always curious to see your guys' opinion, your intuition coming through, and using this as an experience for us to work together and collaborate together here for your month. But do let me know how this resonates down in the comments below, as well as give this video a like if you really did like it, if you liked the new additions that I had, as well as just the reading itself. I'd love the encouragement and the support. I really do appreciate it. And also, if you want to support this channel even further, feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I do for private readings on love, spirituality, your self-empowerment, for growth, for transformation, for so many different things, career, whatever you can come up with that you really are interested in. I have readings for snail mail readings that you can check out down below. I also have a lot more information on my Instagram and reviews and honest reviews from others that have purchased one themselves. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to learn more about speaking your truth, or where these shifts are happening and going into them even deeper, then feel free to check those out down below and on my Instagram. Also, feel free to subscribe if you are new and join this community of kindred spirits if that's something that interests you, or check out the different monthly timeless readings and 2-week readings that I do on what makes you most attractive, what hidden symbols and meanings there are in your dreams, your spirituality, your magic. There's so much you could explore on this channel, so feel free to check those out. And with all of that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful August. Wishing you guys so much love, luck, and healing, and I will see you in the next one.